everyone, welcome back to Kickstart with Regalix TV. I'm here with Joel Dudley at a Corda event held, organized by Hobnob here in Warsaw, in sunny Warsaw today, which doesn't always happen.
Hi everyone.
And Joel is with R3, he's come here with R3, and would you like to tell a little bit about the organization, because it works with blockchain and all that kind of stuff?
Yes. So R3 is one of the main contributors to Corda, which is an open source blockchain platform, and it's a general purpose blockchain platform. So traditionally it's been used for finance, for insurance, for trade finance use cases, but is also starting to be used in media, in healthcare, in oil and gas and procurement use cases like that. So we've developed this blockchain platform that is fast, that is private, that integrates well with existing systems, and we're now building a partner network and ecosystem around that of people who are taking that technology and using it to solve real business problems.
So can you tell me a little bit about how R3 has revolutionized the blockchain industry?
Absolutely. So R3 started out actually as a consortium of banks looking to use blockchain, and initially we used Ethereum a lot because that's what was there, that was something that was programmable, it was usable for general purpose use cases. But actually very soon we found that Ethereum wasn't a good fit for the use cases we were facing with our members. So we had problems because in traditional blockchains there's no strong identity. So in a traditional blockchain you don't know who you're transacting with. And that's good in some cases, like exchanging Ether tokens, but it's no good at all if you're signing a legal contract or doing a big transfer of an asset. That kind of stuff requires, for legal reasons often, for you to know who your counterparty is. We also had to rethink the distribution of data in blockchain. So blockchain traditionally would distribute every transaction, every update to the ledger to everyone, and that's completely undesirable in 90%, 95% of business use cases. So we had to also rethink how data was distributed. And then finally we had to solve some of the speed problems and the integration problems that traditional blockchain have. So Ethereum and similar networks tend to be slow, 10 transactions a second, more perhaps if you're doing a private network. You've got to learn a new programming language, you've got to use their compiler, you can't use your traditional databases. With Corda we realized that to get mass adoption of a blockchain, actually we had to make a fast blockchain that reused existing technology, used Java, used the Java compiler, used traditional SQL databases, for example.
Alright, and so because Kickstart we talk with a lot of entrepreneurs.
Yes.
So I've sort of asked you beforehand to think about if you could give one piece of advice to entrepreneurs, what would that be?
Yes, so I did a little bit of thinking. So the way R3 works is we are focused 100% on the building of the platform, the Corda blockchain platform. We are too small, we don't have the expertise to actually go out and build the solutions. So to build a valid trade finance solution on Corda, to build a valid healthcare solution on Corda, what you need is not to have this great blockchain expertise, because Corda provides that platform for you. You need knowledge of the problem space. So an entrepreneur who is looking to develop a blockchain solution, I think would do well to choose Corda, because the technology is already there, it's very general purpose, and what they need to bring to the table, what the entrepreneur would need, would actually be a good understanding of an existing business process that's ready to be disrupted. If we're thinking about what those kind of business processes would be, you're generally looking for a place where you have mutually distrusting parties and they have a need to share data, to see the same data, but they're not willing to trust each other and use a centralized database, and they also don't want to create some central party to control everything. They want to maintain their own data, maintain control over their own assets, their own legal agreements, but at the same time get the benefits of blockchain in terms of automating a business process, making it easy, having the transparency, the smart contract logic behind that. So that's what entrepreneurs would do well to look for in their day-to-day lives, in industries they've worked in before, places where there's a need for a fair, transparent, shared use of data without a central counterparty.
So today we even heard about blockchain working in media, which is something that you normally don't associate with blockchain as well. So it's it's all encompassing pretty much right now.
Yeah, we originally started out with a membership of finance institutions, but actually we've expanded a lot from there. And certain industries really just are desperate for blockchain. So you see that in insurance, especially. Insurance is one where there's lots of different parties, there's lots of intermediaries, there's lots of data to keep updated. There's no clear party who should control that. It's not the customer who should control everything, it's not the insurer, it's not the broker. So they need to use a blockchain so everyone can share this view of the data. And the same in trade finance, that's a process that's incredibly slow, incredibly paper-based. And there's other industries that are starting to appear now, so I think these are some of the more off-the-wall use cases where perhaps entrepreneurs would do well to look. So media is a good example of somewhere where people aren't really thinking about applying it, but actually there's lots of problems to solve in terms of transparency, in terms of making sure that your ad dollars are used well. Healthcare is another place, telecoms, all kinds of places where there's old, archaic systems, and it's just an industry really that needs a facelift, that needs to move from the old process that was developed, in the 60s, 70s, 80s around fax machines and separated data sets, and kind of jumping into the future and just having a kind of a modern blockchain-based solution.
Perfect. Thank you so much for sitting down with us today.
Thank you.
It was really interesting to learn about blockchain, especially from someone who has very little experience with blockchain. So thank you once again, and we'll see you in the next Kickstart.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.